Hello friends and welcome back to another video. My name is Dee and today we've got another cash stuffing to do. Let's quickly count the cash because I can't actually remember off the top of my head exactly how much I've got to put away today. So today we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, and then 10 and 20. So altogether that makes £320. And we are budgeting this for the next 2 weeks. As you can see, my beautiful rock, paper, scissors challenge from Studio Budgets has arrived. So we'll be coming to that later on when we get to the mini challenges binder. So I'm going to move it out of the way just for now, just so we don't get distracted. And the first thing that we're going to do, as always, is fill out the bonus envelope. And I'm so excited to do this because just you wait. I'm going to come into my Saffiano very quickly. And I'm just going to see if there's anything in here that I've forgotten to take out. And it appears to be empty, obviously apart from the food shop, but that gets done separately. So I'll just pop that back and then we'll come to the essentials binder. And are you ready, guys? So last cash stuffing we had £60 left over in the gas and electric, and this time, oh my god, I've been hoarding this cash like a maniac, because normally I like to top it up and be like 10 or £20 in surplus. But yeah, this time we've got 20, 40, 60, £80 left over. This is why I love summer, and this is why I love sticking to my £100 budget, because oh my goodness, can you imagine having this much left over? I'm so chuffed. I'm so chuffed, I can't even put it into words. So we've got £80 left over in the gas and electric budget. And I do these budgets for roughly every 2 weeks. This one has gone over just a little bit because, surprise, surprise, my mental health is playing up yet again. So yeah, that's fun, but we're just going to swiftly move forward. So we had £6 and some pennies left over in Little Man's Essentials. So I'm going to be separating those. And then we've also got a load of coins in Personal left over. Let's have a look. There's £1, £2. And a load of silvers. Lovely. So for those that may be new here, the pounds are going towards a coin saver tin. I've got a separate tin, and these will be going towards a mini penny savings challenge. I just like to do them separately, otherwise these videos will be incredibly long. And that is everything in terms of my bi-weekly budgets. Everything else is savings. I have actually seen in the last couple of videos people asking about the bonus envelopes. They're a little bit confused as to how they work. So if you're one of those people, maybe you're new to the channel, if so, hello, it's nice to have you here. Basically, every single week I've set myself a challenge that whatever money is not spent from the weekly food shop gets put away into a separate envelope, and they're all numbered 1 to 100, mainly because last year I was doing the 100 envelope challenge, and then I wanted to reuse the envelopes. So yeah, it's a way for me to keep track of which week had what leftovers. So obviously I start from envelope number 1, which would be week 1, and then I work my way through the year. So currently I'm on week 39, and generally I like to try and do it for about 52 weeks, so a whole year. But this year we'll be opening them up a little bit early, so I'm looking to open all of my challenges around end of September, maybe early October time, just so that we can go ahead and fill out this bundle of joy binder, sorry, and basically just start getting ready for baby's arrival because she is due end of November. And the bonus envelopes are basically whatever's left from any other budget. So as you've seen, gas and electric, personal, or Little Man's Essentials, they're the only ones that get topped up every 2 weeks. And like I said, every other category that I have is savings, so they only get taken out when I need them. So yeah, bonus envelopes are done every 2 weeks if there's anything to go in there, and the weekly food shop is, well, I aim to do it every single week. So yeah, I hope that clears it up a little bit. We've got £85, and I don't mark these off. I do have a separate savings tracker for my weekly food shop leftovers, but when it comes to the bonus envelopes, I don't mark it off because I love a surprise. So I like to see what extra was saved from basically all the other budgets. So yeah, now that that is done, we can begin the cash stuff in. So I'm going to come back into my essentials binder, and we're going to come back to the lovely gas and electric, and I'm going to be putting £100 into here today. As always, that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And there has been times, don't get me wrong, where our budgets have been tight, my sales haven't been the best, and I've considered, you know, putting maybe 80 or 60 pounds in there, because I know, like, usually I have at least 20 pounds left over in the gas and electric, but I've kept my budget at £100 solely for the purpose of putting them in the bonus envelope to boost the savings at the end of the year. So I'm really, really glad that I stuck to that, because as you can see, I mean, £80, I'm just, woo, super, super happy with that. So yeah, there's gas and electric done. Little man's essentials, as always, is going to be getting £20. And this just helps to top up maybe snacks, or mostly his milk, to be honest, because his milk is expensive. He is allergic to normal cow's milk, so we end up buying him the Alpro Oat growing up milk, and they tend to cost about £2 a bottle, so yeah, not fun. But what can we do? The boy's got allergies, bless him. Next up, we've got personal, and I'm putting £20 into here as well. And this might just be for myself to get a coffee every now and again, or whatever I may fancy. If I fancy some sweets that are not within the food budget, then I will treat myself to some sweets, maybe some chocolate, who knows? Depends on what I'm feeling, you know? Next up, we've got the strawberry picking challenge. I've got £25 in here currently, and I'm going to be putting £10 in here. And now what this challenge is for, it's basically just a buffer. That's what I like to call it anyway. So this is there as like a just in case we ever run out of the weekly food shop money, or the gas and electric, or maybe it's a 5-week month, and generally we only have enough to budget for 4 weeks. So if it comes to it and we need to dip into this, it's always really, really handy to have, because there's been a good few times where the 5-week months have crept up and we've been none the wiser. So I'm going to be marking 2 of these daisies off. Each one is worth £5. So there we go, we've got 3 flowers left, which is £15, and then the challenge will be complete. So that's lovely, pop that back in. Next up, we've got the adventure fund, and I'm also adding £10 into here today. I'm trying to add a little bit more. Normally I just add a £5. Oh, I'm so out of breath. Normally I just add a £5, but today I'm doing 10, and going forward I'm probably going to try to add a little bit more as well, just because this one I'm currently using to basically save up to take little man out as a family before little miss arrives, just so we can have some more memories with him as our only child before she comes and disrupts his peace, because I've heard many a thing about the second born child. So yeah, we are in for a treat, I'm sure. So there's that one done. And then next I've got my self-care fund, and I'm only adding £5 into here, but because I don't have any 5s, I'm going to put a 10 in, and I'm going to take the 5 that's in here out. And I've got each one of these marshmallows down as £5 each, so I'm only going to be colouring 1 in. Love this challenge, it's so cute. And there we go, just like that, my essentials binder is replenished. And next up, we're going to move on to savings. There's not a huge amount of stuff being done in this one, because like I said, I'm focusing more on my mini challenges binder now, just so that I can complete those challenges, and then when I've got a considerable amount, like £200-300, then I will take that out and reallocate it across my different savings challenges. But because Christmas is a priority, I am adding into here today, and there's just a few other ones in here that I want to make a head start on. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing, and then I'm still going to be adding some extra when I've got enough to reallocate. So that is that. I'm putting £30 into Christmas today, which means I am officially £60 away from completing my £400 goal, which makes me really, really hopeful, because, well, I mean, I would like to say that that means that I'll be able to restart the challenge, and it just makes me feel proud because a good couple of months ago, I remember being at a point where I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm actually gonna save enough to complete this challenge, and you know, are we gonna have to maybe go into some sort of debt again to cover presents, or you know, just have a good time at Christmas? But luckily, I feel like I finally put that behind me and I'm not really stressed about that anymore. I'm confident that I'll be able to finish this and start again. And yeah, so this £400 here should be enough to cover all gifts and everything like that. And then whatever I save after will probably be like decorations and food and all the good stuff. So yeah. Next up, I'm going to be skipping a couple of these. So school uniform fund. His school uniform is completely purchased. So we have everything that we need now. And we've still got a little bit of money left over in here. So we've got, what have we got? £40 left in here, 50. Lovely. So I'm going to leave this in. I did think about putting it into maybe his clothes fund. I'm going to leave it in here in case we need to get a top up of any uniform. We'll see how quickly he starts to destroy it once he starts nursery. But yeah, I'm just going to leave that in, and then I'm going to clean off the tracker. I'm going to start adding in again for the next school year or whatever, because I know from next year it's probably going to be a lot more expensive, because it's probably going to be essential for them to wear like the branded stuff a lot more. Anyway, I'm ignoring little man's birthday because we're at a really good place with it. But I am going to add £10 into Reese's birthday just because I went a really long time without adding anything in. So I want to start boosting it little by little. So each cake is worth £10. So I'm going to mark another one off, which means we are now up to £50 in here. So we're making a decent start. Not too bad, it's definitely been worse. Little man's clothes, I'm also adding £15 into here. I'm actually going to ignore the tracker because I don't even know where I'm at. As you can see, when we went to buy some uniform, I also found a couple of bits that I really wanted to get for his clothes. I think it was trousers that we got. But yeah, we ended up dipping into this a little bit. So I think we're probably about £20–30 out. So I don't know if I'm going to redo this with what's already in here, but I'm going to leave it for today and I'm just going to keep adding to it. And yeah, we're going to ignore it and pretend that nothing's happened. If I'm not mistaken, that is everything for this binder, apart from, well, I did want to add to my clothes, but what I decided to do was once again put that money into here, and then once there's more in here, then I can add like £20 or £30 into there instead of, you know, £5 here and there. So next up, I'm going to do the rainy day tin, which is right here, and I'm putting £20 into here today, and I'm going to do, I was going to do this 20, but I think I'm just going to do the other half of this 40, just to make a nice little droplet. So there we go, there's that done. And I'm just going to pop it in right now, because I don't really know why I leave it towards the end, but here we go. There's that one. There's that one done. We'll pop it back into here. And then I'm also adding £10 into the mystery tin before I move on to my mini challenges. So we'll just pop that in quickly. And this one doesn't have a tracker, it's not marked. So whatever is in here is a complete surprise. So there's that all done. Now let's see what we've got to put into mini challenges today. We've got 20, 40, 50, 60, £70. So let's get started. I think I showed all of these in my last video, so I'm not going to bother going through them, but you'll see them as we go. Now I have planned a few of these, and then once we get to a certain point, we're going to freestyle. So starting off with the Love to Save. This one saves £20 in total, and each heart is worth £1. And what I'm going to do is complete it today. Whoa! Yeah, we're kicking it off strong. Oh, sorry, I knocked you there. So I don't know, I think I'm going to just colour them in. But this might take a while, so maybe I'll just fast forward here. And bish bash bosh, there is our first challenge complete. I'm going to pop it in its wallet and it can stay in here until we've got some more challenges filled out. So the next one that we've got is this one here, which saves £30, and this is called Save in the Clouds. And what I am adding in here today is just 10. So I could also complete this, but I decided that I want to add to some of the other challenges just because I like to have fun. But I'm going to start off with these bigger clouds here, and I'm just going to cross them off, I think, just for time's sake. So I've done 2 of the £5, and there we go, that makes 10. So we'll pop these back in here. And then I'm also going to add 10 into this one here, which this is probably one of my faves. I love how it looks. This is Trust in the Universe, and each one is worth £5. So I'm putting £10 in, and I'm going to mark 2 of these off. There we go. So these are very achievable challenges, and you can get the whole set. This one I'm going to ignore for now. I'm going to go over, and I'm going to come into my rock, paper, scissors finally, and I'm going to swap these out. So I lost the dice for this one, unfortunately. And this did come with the wallet and like a whole little dashboard, but I only need the challenge since I've already got this written out. So I'm going to put this in here, and then I'll probably end up putting this in a giveaway or something so somebody else can get some use out of it, and I'm sure somebody can use their phone or just put whatever they fancy in it, or maybe you've already got a rock, paper, scissors dice. So yeah, I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to get my dice. Here we go. This is what we lost. I had a blue one of these, and I'm sure it's still somewhere, but I cannot find it for the life of me. So I ended up getting the one up. So for rock, if I land on rock, I put 5 in. If I land on paper, I put 10 in. If I land on scissors, I put £15 in. So let's see what we get today. What's that? Rock. Oh, nice and easy, £5. Now what I need to do is come in here. I don't think I have any in this one actually. Oh dear, do I have enough 5s? Is there some in here? I need to exchange some monies. Yeah, we've got 2 in here. So I'll put 10 in and take 10 out. And there we go. So we pop that there. And I'm going to mark off our very first rock. And how exciting to finally have made a start after all this time. So I'll put the money in first just to let that dry a little bit. And then try and pop that in, even though it got a little bit stuck. There we go. Pop the dice back in, and I've got it in here so I don't lose it. But don't hold me on, don't hold me to it, because knowing me, I probably will find a way to lose it. So now that rock, paper, scissors is done, I'm gonna come back, and I think maybe, what shall I do? I think maybe I will ignore the save 75 for now, because I want to add to this one since I've already made a start on it. So this is the easy 125, so it's kind of like a bingo in a way. But what do I want to add? I think I want to add £10 in here today. Let me take 2 10s out and put the 20 in just so I can exchange some of those. I'm going to put £10 in there, and I'm going to do this £5 here just to complete the row, and then I'll do a 3 and a 2, and then that gives us £40 in here. So this one I had in the biggest challenge in my previous few mini challenges that I had, so I just rolled it over to this one. And then yeah, I think it would only be fair to add to these, so I think I'll add £5 into Petal Power. So each flower is £5. I keep knocking you, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna make you feel seasick. So there's £5. And then I think I'm just gonna put the remaining 10 into the save 75. And then we've made a nice start on all of the challenges. So that will go in there. And as you can see, this one is also made up of small amounts. and all of these small amounts add up to 75 in the end. So what shall we do? We've got £10. So I think I'm going to do the biggest one to start off with. We do 8 and we'll do a 2. And there we go. That makes 10. And just like that, we are officially out of cash. So we managed to add to all of these apart from Pac-Man. So we'll see how we get on next time. It all depends on how much money we've got, but we've got one challenge complete, and then I'll probably work towards completing this one very soon. We've got £20 left to go in there before it's complete. And once again, I don't know if I'm going to wait until I've got like 200. All of these mini challenges, so the set that I've created specifically based off of the mini challenges binder, they all save to £400, but I guess it depends on how long it takes me to save that up. Yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I like to go with the flow. I don't like to be, I don't like to give myself too many rules, otherwise I find myself not following them. So, we're officially out of cash and everything is budgeted for. We've done the bonus envelope and we've done all of the challenges, which officially brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and especially if you made it this far, thank you very much. And please do give me a subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me in the future, and leave me a comment down below letting me know anything you want to let me know. And having said all of that, I'm going to love you and leave you, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.